What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today we're going to look at the Wake Forest spread playbook in college football 25. Now, anybody who's watched Wake Forest the last few years know that their offense is all about the RPO game, more specifically the RPO walk concept, or the slow mesh is what some coaches call it in real life. And this playbook is the only one that has that stuff in this game. But we're going to go over the entire playbook, just a broad view of what it's all about. We'll go over formations and concepts and play types and personnel. And hopefully by the end of the video, you have a good idea of what this playbook is all about. So this is a spread offense, and which means you're going to see a lot of shotgun. When it comes to these formations, you got one pistol. It's a bigger set. It's a full house tight end. Then you got a wishbone formation, only one of those. So if you want to do short, third and short, fourth and short, you feel free to use these, but we're going to spend most of our time in the shotgun. Now, notice a few trends when it comes to these formations. One, it's very 11 personnel heavy. One halfback, one tight end. There's also a nice healthy mix of 2x2 and 3x1 looks. And you're going to notice that the tight end is off the line quite a bit. You'll also notice the halfback is off the quarterback a little bit as well. Just more of a vertical run game when you get out of that. Now, this formation right here, gun wing, is the exact opposite of all of that. This is the only 12 personnel formation in the playbook, but this is where it really starts. Doubles Y off. There's your 2x2 look. Notice the tight end, number 20, off the line, and that halfback is just behind the quarterback. So you got 18 plays there. You got a weak version of it. But same thing, tight end off the line, halfback off the quarterback. Then you got normal Y off close. That tight end is off the line again. Then you got stack Y off. Back to that tight end off the line with a halfback off the quarterback. Then you got the weak version of that. Then you got tight Y off. It's just the same as this, except you're just tightening up the formation. Then you got Y off trips. This is our first trips look. But look, the tight end's off the line, and the halfback is off the quarterback. Then you got Y off trips nasty. You're just bringing in that X receiver a little bit. Then you got Y off trips weak. Then you got Y off trio weak. Then you have spread Y slot, the first true spread formation, I guess. But you still got your tight end in there. He's in the slot. Then you got bunch strong wide. Then you got bunch wide. And then you got trips. This is your true 10 personnel look. Then you got tight open. And then you got empty base trio. But notice the tight end is on the right side, and there's the halfback on the right side. So you notice the big trends. Again, the tight end's off the line quite a bit. The halfback is off the quarterback quite a bit. And there's a lot of 2x2 looks until you get into a nice collection of trips looks as well. So let's go over to the personnel and notice some trends here. So when it comes to your 32, this is your heavy duty stuff. There's your wishbone tight and of course QB kneel. Then you go over to your 23 look. That's your goal line formation if you like to use it. Your 22 personnel, your full house tight end. That's your one pistol formation. 21 personnel, just your clock management. You don't have any of that in this playbook. Then you got one 12 personnel set, and that is gun wing. And then the rest of this offense is 11 personnel set. I mean, just that's all it is. I mean, nothing but, because you only have one 10 personnel look, and that is just basic gun trips. So if you are a 10 personnel fan or a 12 or something other than 11, this playbook is not for you. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's look at some run concepts and other concepts. Let's talk about the actual plays themselves. Now, when it comes to play count, notice we got 48 runs, 57 options, 22 quick passes, 88 mediums, 76 deeps. Now, you also got to remember, in our previous videos, we've established a lot of these plays are covered in multiple types of concepts here. So you're going to see the same plays over and over again. It says there's only 5 play action passes, but there's technically more than that. We'll look at that in the play types. And you got quite a few screens with 20. But let's start off with the runs. Now, even though this offense is all about the RPO, you still have enough runs in here, basic handoffs, if you want to include them. So there's 6 counters, 6 draws, 18 inside zone. This is pretty common with all spread offenses. You got pretty much a basic inside run of some sort, and most of these will be inside zone. You got a few pre-snap motion ones as well, like a jet pass, that type of thing, or a jet handoff. But again, it's all basic inside zone. But I do want to point out one of my favorite ones is like inside zone split, the one on the right, with that tight end off the line, it helps to have that split action look. It's just a nice little blocking action. I've always enjoyed it. I think it blocks pretty well in this game. So just kind of remember that. Then you got 2 ISOs, only 4 outside zones. You got 7 powers. I'm a big fan of power. Just anytime you can pull a guard or somebody, just got that extra blocker to the run side, I'm all for it. And there's enough in here to use. I see no reason why you can't use it. Now you got only 1 sweep and you got 4 traps. To me, this is really no different than power, except you're going up an A gap. But I really love trap as well in this game. So feel free to use it. But let's talk about the option stuff. So when it comes to your basic option like speed and load, it's kind of the same thing in here. There's only 4 of them in this playbook. You got 9 breed options. I'm not a big fan of this just because I'm not really good at it and they've kind of switched up the buttons and whatnot. But there's enough in here if you like to use it. Notice you even have a few lead read options. That's that same split zone action you see here over here on the right, with that tight end crossing over the line. Then you got those 4 speed options. Again, I'm a big fan of these. But now let's talk about the RPOs. So this is what this offense is all about. Notice the words RPO walk glance, RPO glance post, RPO glance. There are 9 RPO reads. As you see, RPO walk glance is like the most basic. This is kind of where the playbook all starts right here. Let's go ahead and pick something basic on defense. So when it comes to this has got a deeper post. You can do a stem and you can change that if you wanted to. But you got a bubble on one side, you got the handoff off the middle and a backside post, and you're just kind of read and see who to go to and see if you can pick up whatever yards you can. Now, I'm just pressing buttons here, just kind of show you how slow this RPO is. Look how slow the RPO is. I'm not even pressing a button on that one. It's much slower RPO compared to your basic RPO, okay? It just takes its time. It gives you like an extra, I don't know, half a second to kind of make up your mind what you want to do. But I think it's a really neat concept what we got going on here. And if you can just pick up the yards in any direction, by all means, definitely do so. So I'm going to try to make this look halfway decent. We'll just try to go up the middle, get up the field. I think I'm not the best when it comes to these RPO walks just because I'm still trying to learn how to read the post. And that's what the post is, or the RPOs are really all about in this playbook. I'm just saying, I probably should have tried something over the top maybe there. Either way, again, this is where the bulk of the offense is at, is with these RPO walks. And they're all kind of the same. You got a backside bubble and a post of some sort. Notice it's all kind of the same ones. You got RPO walk glance on the right out of Y off trips. You got a couple of hitches instead of a bubble. But it's still kind of the same concept. You still got that backside post, and you got something going on the other side. Now you got some RPO peaks. Still kind of the same thing. You notice that slant. You see a slant and another slant. There's 6 of those. But again, look for that RPO walk peak right there. Then you got 25 RPO alerts. So the one on the left, again, this is the most common one of the bunch. I'll go ahead and let's go up against nickel, for example. So it looks like they got a 1 high look. Get up the field, pick up whatever yards you can. Again, I'm not really trying too hard on some of these plays here. I'm just trying to point out what these things can do. Oh, and I hit the button way too light on that one. My bad. But either way, this is the bulk of the offense. This is where you start. You got to master this particular concept in order to kind of go from there. Go over here. Again, I'm not really paying attention to much of the reads. I'm just kind of showing you how slow that RPO looks more than anything else. So it's up to you if you like this. If you don't like the slow RPO stuff, you do not use this playbook. But you notice the different kinds. Like I'm a big alert out type of RPO, and there's some of them in here as well. If you got that offset out route right there, it's always an easy pickup of 5 yards if you can make the catch. If the corner is off the player, of course. Come over here, get a decent gain here, get up the field. You're just reading that corner that's on him. Just things of that nature. Again, there's various types of RPOs in this playbook. It's not all RPO walks. So you go through here, there's RPO bubble. That's a standard RPO. RPO alert out, what we just covered. That's a non-walk. That's a faster version. Then you got RPO trap. Remember that trap we looked at earlier? Notice the blocking in some of these. RPO alert power curl. What does that look like? That is base. That's quick base. That is your power concept, but it's an RPO on top of that. So you got a ton of different types of RPO. So if you are a fan of RPOs all around the various types, this is probably where you want to start, especially if you like the RPO walk version. Okay, so now let's look at some passing. Let's go to quick passing. There's not a whole lot in here. You got 1 Ohio, 1 scat, 9 slants. This will probably be the bulk of your quick game, will probably just from this one concept alone. 5 spacings and 6 sticks. If you're an air raid guy, you like stick better, you may want to use this instead of slant. So I'd go back and forth between stick and slant. There's enough of it in here. Pick the one you like. I don't think you need both of them. If you want both, by all means, use them. Let's go to medium pass. You got 10 choices. Just pretty much any play that's got an option route of some sort, they'll pretty much call it as a choice. There are only 10 curls, so any type of comeback movement, like a curl, a hitch, a comeback of some sort, there's only 10 of them in it. In this one, you got 6 double moves, you got 6 drives, 4 levels, 4 mesh, 1 pivot, 9 Salem. This is our most popular one so far, pretty much a backside dig of some sort, but they got some of these. I don't even know why they would call them Salem, but either way, Salem, I like the dig with the underneath whip rat of some sort. Then you got 5 shallows, you got 4 slot crosses, 20 smash. This is pretty common in most playbooks. It's just any high-low read of some sort. It'll be in here. As you can see, like with gun tight open on the right, it's bench. You just got a flag on one at the top with an out on the other. Those flag routes are very potent in this game, as we all know. There are 6 spots, and then you got 3 Texas. So notice there wasn't like a heavy concept that was like, oh, it's obvious. You got to call this. So there was 10 curls. I think there was, 9 Salems, and the rest of it was pretty much this right here, your smash. So if you need a medium passing concept, I'll probably start here. But if you notice throughout all these, they're all different in their own little way, but it's still a high-low read on one or both sides of the field. All right, let's look at deep pass. You got 8 comebacks. You got 3 daggers. You got 8 divides. I'm a big divide. This slot 2 buck, I love this thing. Like, especially we can go ahead and call something from here. Let's see, cover 2, and that's a quarters. Can I get that? Nope, that's going to be picked off. That's great against cover 2 zone. Let's see, if they go in zone here, we'll go to the halfback. He looks open. Go right there. But this is probably my favorite deep shot play of the bunch in the entire game so far. From what little I've got to play with, it's, can I thread the needle? Nope, that's going to get picked as well. Not a very good throw against quarters, that's for sure. They're going here. Let's see. I'm going to have to run away from this one. Anybody open? Nope, I'm going to get sacked. Either way, I love slot 2 buck. I'm a big fan of it. And again, this is a one-take video, so forgive me if I don't make these things look perfect. All right, so you got 2 double digs. You got 6 double posts. 11 floods. That's a little higher than some of these rest ones. I'm a big flood halfback swing guy. I can go ahead and try to attempt to make this look halfway decent. Pretty much you got man on one side and it's a zone on the other. That's why I'm a big fan of this. It's a little simpler read for me to make. So if they're going man right here, nope, looks like they're going, and I hit the wrong button. That helped. But either way, I'm a big fan of this type of concept. I just like a backside man beater with a zone 4 strong look on the other side. Go like right here. Can you get up some yards with the tight end? Either way, I'm a big fan of flood halfback swing. They're usually out of like your gun wide trips formations. You got 11 verticals. Everybody knows what all that is. Then you got 2 meals, 1 Portland, 15 shot plays, which is more verticals, pretty much. A little more playing action oriented. And you got 9 switches. So there's a lot more deeper stuff. You kind of take your pick. It's up to you what you like. Again, I'm a big slot 2 buck guy, and I'm a big fan of, I love flood. It's just the same side read type stuff. I'm pretty decent at least I think I am. Play action, and there's only 2 of these concepts. There's 2 boots and 3 slides. Just not a lot true play action, but we'll see here in a minute. There's more than that. Screens, you got 9 bubbles, but if you notice, RPO. It's all RPO based. Again, your entire offense comes off of this. You're doing good with RPOs, you just keep calling them. You got your screens, but guess what? It's more RPOs. And you got 1 wide receiver mid-screen. So all your screen game, honestly, will just be from your RPOs. Now let's go over to play types real quickly. So when it comes to your passing, you got 3 quick passes, and those are your jet touch passes. There's not a lot in here. If you're a jet touch pass guy, don't learn this playbook. You got a standard pass, 2, then you got a bunch of shotguns. But look, there's technically 34 play action pass plays in this playbook. So I suggest you use this to complement your RPO. If you want to sprinkle some of this in, you may not have to. Your RPO game may be so strong, you may not have to bother with true play action. You got all your screens, but again, we talked about some of these. A lot of these were some of your RPOs from earlier, but notice these are your halfback slip screens and swings and such. So if you want a true screen without the RPO in it, You may just want to use halfback slip screen. There's a ton of it in here. All right, so let's go back to formation. So what I suggest you do is, if you remember, the bulk of the playbook is 11 personnel. I suggest you kind of pick a couple of these you really like, and the majority of this is like 2x2 look, like doubles, Y off, and Y off weak. Kind of start there, and then see what else is in these playbooks. So again, start with your RPOs. If you notice, when you go from every one of these, notice the first few plays in each formation. RPO walk. Then you got play action inside zone. You come over here, RPO walk. Play action walk. RPO walk. You go to another formation. This one doesn't have any RPO walks, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm correct on that, so you may not use this one a whole lot. You go to stack Y off. Guess what? RPO walk. Play action walk. Inside zone. The most popular stuff is going to be pretty much at the top within reason. So curl switch. Guess what? RPO walk. I'm going to try to do this again just because these are pretty fun to use. Very too high look. I think I may just run this one. Go up the gut here, get up there. A nice, easy 20-yard gain. Again, I saw the too high safety look. I mean, you can just spend hours and hours just running this RPO stuff. But again, I like the slow mesh. I think it makes sense to me why they use it so much. Then you go over to another formation. Again, what's your first few plays? RPO, RPO. Y off trips, RPO walk. Then you got play action walks. So when it comes to those play actions, you probably just need to use them just because it gives you that same walk look. Then you got Y off trips nasty. Is there any RPOs here? There's a basic RPO. You got flood halfback swing. Then you go back here. Look, play action walk, RPO walk. You get the trend. You get the idea of what this playbook is all about. So just kind of sum things up. What do you do when it comes to your concepts? It starts with your RPO walk. Then you do your RPO glance. Then you do your play action walk. If you want to do basic runs, throw in your inside zones. Then maybe you want to do a little power on top of that. Then if you need to go do drop back, what was the most popular stuff? What was it? Slants was your most popular short, quick passing. Your medium was what? Your high-low, your smash stuff. Then your deep, you got those play actions on top of your verticals. And that pretty much makes up the offense. But it's pretty much this right here. This is it. RPOs, RPO walks, play action walk. Let's do this PA walk really quickly before our legends go. So we can try this double post look. Can we get there? Can you get it? Can you get it? Oh, just good defense by the defender there. But either way, RPO walks, PA walks, and just work from there. And I think you're going to have a whole lot of fun with this playbook. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.